Welcome back to All Things Considered, the podcast that gives you all sports all year from all angles. I'm Al Scott, and with me today is Joseph Lloyd, former Fresno State golfer, and now he's on the tour for the PGA and playing pro golf now. How are you doing, Joseph?
I'm doing good, Al. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Sounds good. You got some upcoming tournaments, I hear.
I
Would you
do,
mind?
yeah.
Yeah, you playing in Scottsdale this next week?
Yeah, I get to play at home for the first time in quite a while. I get to play in our state open down at Papago, which starts on Monday, which I'm really excited about to play at home and have some family and friends be out there and support me. And it'll be a nice little change from being on the road for as long as I have been to play an event at home, which would be awesome.
A lot of people golf for fun. Now, you're golfing as a sport and as a career. When you're not golfing for your sport, do you ever just golf for fun, like it's a casual day out to hit some golf balls?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I'll play with my high school buddies for fun. I'll play in our like games we have at the club that I play at. And it's very relaxed, we'll go out, we'll have a couple drinks and just relax and I'm still trying to play well out there, obviously. Um, but at the end of the day, it's just for fun. We have a lot of laughs when I play with my buddies or at the club. And it's kind of a nice like reset away from, teeing it up and actually like every shot kind of matters, like full focus, a lot more things you're considering when you're in a tournament rather than just, you're riding a cart, you're playing in 3 hours and you just kind of drive up to your ball, you shoot it, grab a club and just fire at every pin. So it is fun to come home and relax and have a different mindset when you play golf, which I think is really good for us because we don't get to do that a whole lot, traveling as much as we do and as many competitive rounds as we play a year. It's nice to have that reset and play at home and just relax and have fun.
Do you ever mini golf, or is that too casual for you?
I can't, I can't tell you the last time I went mini golfing. It's been a long time since I went mini golfing, but the last time I do, me and so my dad played professional golf and used the last time we went mini golfing was we were at like our beach condo in Panama City Beach, Florida, and we always have like it's kind of been a tradition when we go there, we go to this mini golf place. And between me and him, it gets really competitive. So it gets serious out there when we play mini golf. But yeah, I mean that's probably been 2 or 3 years now. So I haven't really gone mini golfing in a while, but it is fun. I'll give you that. It is fun.
The average pro golfer, do you think that they're hitting a hole in one on like every other hole on a mini golf course?
Yeah, I would say so. Probably every other hole, once every 3 holes would probably be correct.
I'll be happy if I finish above par or around par. Yeah. Golf is not my sport. I'll stick to bowling. Uh, well, the last time I saw you, I want to say was the Mountain West baseball tournament a little over a year ago in Mesa, Arizona.
Hmm.
We got to see Murph Gray and the boys uh, make some magic, and yeah, that was a fun weekend out in
That
Arizona.
was fun. That was fun. That one game that went like 12 or 13 innings
I
that I
think it was
stayed the
14
whole time.
innings.
Was it 14
14
that went
innings.
there? And I'm watching the game, sitting next to Holly, and I'm like, please, we cannot go another game. I can't stay it's gonna be midnight. I live 30 minutes away from here. Just please win this game so we can go home.
The craziest thing about that game is the team that lost then had to play another game right after that to
Yeah,
survive and play the next day.
that's
And so,
brutal.
as much as you wanted that game to be over, you had to finish the game.
Hmm.
And Fresno State, they got it done, and it played a big role in why they were able to win the next day. But yeah, that was a fantastic week of
That's
baseball.
like the equivalent of us going in, and we had this happen down in South America, where I played like 4 or 5 holes. We went to a massive weather delay. It actually also happened in Ecuador when we were down there. Play like 5 or 6 holes, go into a massive weather delay. Day gets canceled because too much rain. And you gotta go out the next day. You gotta finish your round from before. You get about 30 minutes or so to eat, do whatever you need to do to get ready. Then you gotta go play a full another 18 holes. So then that's a long day. When we get weather delays and you gotta go out and play 30 holes, 27 holes, that's kind of what I is the equivalent to that baseball game, honestly.
Can you golf in the rain?
You can golf in the rain. It's not very fun, and I absolutely hate it. It is, if there's things that I would rank playing golf that I least would like to play golf in, it's rain. I hate the rain so much.
What makes it difficult? Is it just the damp, the
You
grass?
you have it's you there's so many more factors you have to include in. Plus now you have an umbrella, you have rain gear on, and you're trying to keep the ball dry. Then you're gonna factor now the ball's wet, so it's not gonna spin as much, so it's not gonna fly as far. And there's just so many more factors you have to include, and especially if it actually starts downpouring, it's just miserable out there.
So you would say that rain is worse than wind.
I would give me 30 to 40 mile an hour winds off of any rain any day of the week.
Interesting.
That's my opinion. Some people disagree with that, but I hate playing in the rain. It's just not fun for me because, like I said, there's just so many more factors. At least if it's just windy, I can figure that out.
If you really need a golf fix, but everywhere that's nearby you is raining, do you ever get on the Wii and play some Wii golf?
No, hopefully there's somewhere around where I can go indoors or like a simulator and just get some swings in. We had that happen to us I was playing a mini tour event actually in Bayonet in California, and one of the days got rained out because it just rained awful overnight and couldn't play. So we found this like indoor simulator place to go play it. Not really play, but just get some swings, hit some balls, and kind of just stay loose to get ready for the next day. So that's much more enjoyable because it's inside. It's like 70 degrees, and you're just hitting balls, and outside it's miserable out, so it's nice.
Gotcha. You recently, a few months ago, you got to participate in a pretty cool golf tournament. I believe it was in Vegas, uh,
Yes.
where Patrick Mahomes got to meet you. Uh,
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes got to meet me. Yes, we'll
yeah,
go with that.
uh, yeah, you got to meet Zach Top, Patrick Mahomes. I know
hmm
there was a few other celebrities there. Just detail what that experience was like.
So that was a cool little deal. So one of my sponsors is a big Kansas City Chiefs fan, and he goes and he's played Mahomes' event the last couple years since he's had it. And this year, me and my dad got invited to go down there, and it was nice because it was an off week for me. So I was home, and so me and my dad flew up to Vegas, and we got to play 2 rounds at Shadow Creek, which is one of the better courses in the country. It's one of the probably top course in Vegas. So that was really fun. I got to meet a lot of different, really cool celebrities. Mahomes, Zach Top, he's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite country music artists. So it was great to talk to him. Julian Edelman, got to meet a couple of my because I'm a Cubs fan, so I got to hang out with Anthony Rizzo, David Ross, and Dexter Fowler, and kind of got to, talk it up about the World Series, their podcast they're doing, stuff like that. So it was an awesome experience. And then we happened to win the whole deal, which was really cool. But it was an awesome experience just to get to talk to some other athletes and pick their brains on different things, how they prepared, how they went about different stuff in their sports. And it's actually nice because they were all asking me questions and tips about golf and whatever. So it was a really cool experience.
So, did Mahomes ask you for tips?
I watched him hit a couple balls in the range before we started, which was cool. So I got to see his swing, gave him a couple tips, and then it was so he's sponsored by Coors Light, so they had this big Coors Light little mountain with a big bottle of Coors or can of Coors Light, and they're having this contest to see if anybody could hit it. And I wasn't going to do the contest because I knew I was probably, it was a pretty big target. There wasn't much to do. It was like a 70-yard shot. So I probably knew I was going to hit it. So I stayed away and no one could hit this thing. And we're just standing there. And he looks at me and goes, Lloyd, if you hit this on the first try, I'll sign a jersey and give it to you. I'm like, all right, fine. Go up there, and there's a little flag stick in the middle of the thing. First try, literally hit it right off the flag stick. Everyone went nuts. It was actually really cool. Went over, he went and grabbed a jersey. They had a bunch of jerseys that he was signing away. He went, signed it, personalized it, and gave it to me. So that was actually really cool.
That's a fun story. One you'll probably remember a long time.
Absolutely.
Uh, you're not a Chiefs fan though. You're I'm assuming you're a
I'm a
Bears fan.
I am a Bears fan. I'm a very big Bears fan. I told him that multiple times. I said, I wish you were playing for Chicago. And he kind of shrugged his shoulders. He goes, well, they had their chance. And I said, yeah, we did have our chance to draft him. But, I'm very happy with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson and the way that the Bears are going this year. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for football season to start. It can't come fast enough.
Yeah, my football team currently doesn't have a quarterback, and their best option at quarterback right now appears to be our general manager, or our I guess our president of football operations, Matt Ryan, who's been throwing Drake London the last couple days. So I'm not sure how football is going to work out for us. Our two
Hmm.
quarterbacks are both left-handed, are probably the two most injury-prone quarterbacks in the NFL, and Michael Penix
Yeah,
Jr. and Tua, you know his last name. Uh,
right.
and so, football's fun, but I'm ready. I'm ready for Fresno State football. I'm ready for Matt
Absolutely.
and company. I'm ready for USC on September 4th. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. Are you gonna
It
be able
is
to
going to be a fun
out?
year.
Are you gonna be able to make it out to any games?
I think I am. We have Coach Chad Spencer finally put our alumni event on a weekend, the Monday after the home football game where we play Oregon State, I believe.
Uh,
So I think that's yes, that's the Halloween game. So I will be coming straight from first stage of tour school, and I've already told Coach, I'm like, I'm coming in, I'm going to the football game. And we have our fundraiser event that Monday after the football game. So I will be there for that football game and then get to spend probably 4 or 5 days in Fresno, which it's always exciting to come back because I absolutely loved my time there and go to Doghouse, have a couple beers and watch some football and get to see a lot of my former teammates and donors and everything else, and we have a fun time at our alumni event, so I'm really looking forward to that.
well, if you have a free afternoon that week while you're there, I'll be happy to take you to bowling. And we could talk some baseball and for sure and some golf as well. Um,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you've got to do a lot of cool events besides the Patrick Mahomes tournament. You also you won another tournament. I think it was back in November. Uh, Correct me if I'm wrong. The Astro tournament.
Yeah, that was yeah, first end of November, first week in December, something like that, I think.
How was that? I want to say it was in Fallbrook, correct?
It was in Fallbrook, it was at the Golf Club of California.
My
And
shout Before you go any further, shout out to my grandma. She's probably not watching this because she doesn't believe in the internet. Um, my my mom grew up in Fallbrook, and my grandma still lives there. So that
okay.
town is very near and dear to my heart.
Hmm.
Yeah, you was that was your first professional win, correct?
It was my first professional win, yes.
And you were telling me earlier that there was some extra motivation behind winning that tournament. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so me and my buddy Kate Anderson, who we travel pretty much weekend and week out on the road together. We always have when we travel, if we go playing like SoCal or anything like that, we always just drive because it's an easy drive. And we had a little wager. Actually, I got this idea from when my dad was playing back in the day, him and his buddies, whoever finished like the highest or worst would have to make the drive all the way back to wherever they were going. So we're on the drive over and we're talking about this, and I'm like, why don't we just put a little extra kicker for motivation between the two of us? Whoever finishes worse has to make the drive all the way back to Scottsdale. It's like a 5.5, 6 hour drive. So we agree, whatever. And then I end up winning the thing. So I'm like, looking at him, I'm like, I'm grabbing a beer after I just won this thing. You're driving all the way back home. We're gonna have some fun with this one. And
You're gonna be able to celebrate.
I was gonna celebrate. I didn't celebrate too hard till I got home. I let him off the hook easy. After about once we got to like our last gas stop, I could tell he was exhausted. So for the last like hour and a half, I was like, I'll take the wheel the rest of the way, which I was happy to do. It was fine.
Going back to your time at Fresno State, you had made a lot of memories. You had some wins. Can you talk about maybe some of the key moments looking back as a Bulldog and what stood out to you?
Yeah, I my time at Fresno State was awesome. Had a great relationship with all my teammates, especially especially my coach, Chad Spencer. He was the reason I chose Fresno State. Someone I look up to, someone that I know I can always call, in which now we're a year and a half removed from me being on the team, and we still talk. We text multiple times a week. We probably talk on the phone once every couple weeks or whatever. And, you know, looking back, I think I would not have been prepared for professional golf if it wasn't for Fresno State and some of the access that we had and the tournaments we played in. We got to play in some great tournaments. You know, we made it to regionals my junior year, which unlocked us. We played in a great schedule my senior year. And probably my highlight, besides every year going to Hawaii, which was my one of my absolute favorite trips of the year, winning our home event my senior year in a playoff, like just kind of the way we did it, beat San Diego, who at the time was, I believe, like a top 25, 30 team in the country. Um, Kind of to go out and have my last event at Fresno State, like at home in front of kind of our fans and, our the whole team around us was really truly incredible. And, like I said before, like I would not be prepared the way I am today for professional golf if it wasn't for Fresno State.
Speaking of Fresno State golf, they recently hired one of your new teammates to be their new assistant coach,
Yes.
Jake Betancourt. Obviously, he's a legacy golfer at Fresno State.
hmm
Can you talk about Jake and your relationship with him and what he's bring back to the Bulldogs?
Yeah, so Jake, when I first signed with Fresno State, was one of the first people that ever reached out to me, and we have been friends ever since then. We always had a great relationship, and I'm super excited for Jake to be a part of that coaching staff and stay a part of that team. I joked with him and I joked with coach, and I'm pretty sure I put this on there when they posted Jake being the assistant coach. I joke with him and I said, you just can't get rid of you, man. You just won't go away. Like go away or something. But I'm super happy for Jake. I'm super happy for the team. I think he can bring a lot of knowledge and, help Fresno State golf get to the next level.
I know you got Scottsdale coming up. What are some other fun tournaments that you've got coming for you in the next couple of months?
Yeah, so I will play our state open next week at Papago. And then I'm going to take a little mini vacation, go up to Chicago with the family and going to hang out, play some golf, go catch a couple Cubs games, which I'm super excited for. And then I'll head from there. I'd straight back up to Canada, going to Winnipeg for the next event on PJ Tour Americas. I'll play there, and then Brainerd, Minnesota is the next event. So I'll go 2 weeks in a row. Then I'll come back, have couple weeks off, and then I'm heading to Sweden for first stage of DP World Tour, which is the European Tour Q School. So I'm going to try and do that, go through the stages of there, see how that goes, and then I'll come back from Sweden and I'll go right into PJ Tour Corn Ferry Q School down in Florida.
Sounds like you got a full slate ahead of you. Is
I
there a
do.
golf
Yeah.
course that you have not played at yet that is on your bucket list?
Oh God.
There's probably a lot, but maybe just pick out one or two.
Yeah, so I mean, Augusta would always be nice to play. That would be a dream come true to ever get to go out there. On the West Coast wise, I'd love to play Cypress or Olympic Club. Cypress is Monterey, Olympic Club's up in the Bay Area in San Fran. Um, East Coast wise, Pine Valley would always be a really cool treat to play. I mean, I'm listing some of the four of the top 10 golf courses in the country, but those four are definitely bucket list items for me to play for sure.
Shifting away from golf, your Cubs are doing pretty well this year.
They
Um,
are.
if you could pick out one player to help get the Cubs down the finish line, and trade for at the deadline, who are you trading for?
Scooble, 100%. Gotta be Scooble. I saw something this morning or last night that was like, oh, the Cubs are now interested potentially in trading for Scooble. I'm like, I don't know if our owner will pay for that or can afford that, but I mean, our pitching is on the end. Like, we need pitching really bad, especially starting pitching. So adding Scooble to that roster, if we can get Steele to come back with him Boyd and Scooble, I think would be a great 1, 2, 3 combo come the postseason. But I'm happy where we are. It's been the first half of the year was very up and down. Win 10 games, lose a couple, win 10 more in a row, then lose like 12 in a row or something like that. We lost. And I think we still probably have the best record since June in all of baseball. So, we're 14 games, I believe, above 500. And we're still 6.5 games behind the Brewers, which we just can't shake those guys. I don't know how they do it, but I'm really optimistic about the Cubs this year, hoping they can make a little run in the playoffs, but we need some pitching, absolutely.
Doesn't everyone? Well, thanks
Hmm.
again, Joseph, for joining me today, and thank you for everyone for tuning in. And we'll be back for weekly episodes for the rest of this fall, getting into football season, and make sure to tune in for that. Well, thanks again, Joseph, and signing out. I'm Al
Thanks
Scott,
for having me, Al.
Joseph Lloyd.